Well, I just looked, and the last time I posted a wish list for 2021, it was February 25th. And now this video is going to go up on April 20th. I mean, it's time for a new wish list. It's been 2 months, right? Hi YouTube, Autumn Beckman here. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. My channel is all about luxury living on a budget, from high-end luxury handbags and small goods to the everyday luxuries of life. If that sounds interesting to you, please make sure you subscribe, click the bell notification icon to be notified when I post new videos, and be sure to like the videos that you enjoy. And one of the perks of subscribing to my channel is that you get to see my community posts on your homepage, and that's where I post rare finds and deals and coupon codes and sales about all these things that we love. So I don't usually post wish list videos this often, but I feel like quite a few things have changed. But I just sat down and made a list of what I had in the old video compared to my new list, and there is quite a bit of overlap. However, some things have changed. I have acquired a few pieces from the first wish list, some of which I haven't told you about yet and won't tell you. There's one in particular that I'm waiting to reveal for when I hit 20,000 subscribers, which I'm projecting will be in May. It might be in June. We'll see. It depends on how many of you subscribe. If you're not subscribed yet, do it so you can find out what else I got from my wish list. You won't regret it, or maybe you will, who knows. Anyway, I thought it felt like time for another wish list, even though this is not something I usually do. I usually do like 1 or 2 a year, but it's 2021 and things are changing fast, baby. All right, let's start by going through the old wish list, and I'll check off a few things that I have revealed to you already, and I won't tell you the things that I have not revealed yet. It'll be a secret and you'll have to wait and see. So the first item on the list, my ultimate dream bag, the Chanel reissue 227. I would like it in black with ruthenium hardware or in bronze with ruthenium hardware. I also recently saw a dark silver one with ruthenium hardware, and it is gorgeous. So a third Chanel reissue 227 has been added to my wish list. I don't think I will ever have one at all because they are so very expensive. I wish I'd bought one a few years ago. The next item on the list was the Coach Hutton in snakeskin. I'm gonna scoot over so there's more room for the photographs I'm putting up here. This bag has been, it's a boutique, Coach boutique bag, but it's been on the outlet site for a while now, a couple months. And I have still just been thinking about that bag and been on the fence about it, but I finally decided to chop it off the wish list because I saw a few of the bags on eBay, and they are so vastly different from the one that's pictured on the website, the Coach website. And I mean, I expected that they wouldn't look exactly like the one on the website because it is real snakeskin, and of course that varies, the pattern on the skin will vary. These are so vastly different from the one on the website. And I'm not saying they're bad. I think that if I was ever to get one, I would get it from a place like eBay where I have photos of exactly the purse that I'm getting, not buy it from Coach where I don't know what I'm getting. Next is the Fendi Spy bag. I still want one, still haven't found the right one in the right condition for the right price. I'm thinking I want a two-tone brown one like this. I've seen a few, just not exactly the right one yet. Still want the Agenda PM from Kusama. Still don't think I'll ever get it because of the price. And I want this particular one that's monogram on the outside, and then it has the yellow with the black dots inside. I just think that's too cool. Still want either the Cabas Alto or the monogram Neverfull GM in the original model, not the new model with the little flowers inside. Still don't know which one I want. I go back and forth about it. This brings me to one of the reasons why I wanted to do an updated wish list, which is that I'm, despite having a wish list, I mean, I'm always gonna have one, I'm actually very happy with the collection that I have, and I'm pretty satisfied with it, despite both having the wish list and still buying things. But one of the things that I want to do, one of my goals for my collection for this year and beyond probably, is that I have a lot of, I don't want to use the word basic because it has a lot of negative connotations, But many of my bags are staple pieces. They're classic pieces that a lot of other people have, like Neverfulls and Speedies. Louis Vuitton canvas pieces, basically. And what I would like to do is to start adding more unique bags to the collection now that I have that classic base pretty much set. I mean, there's still a few things that I want to add, like the Cabosse or the Neverfull, or next on the list, the Metal Montante PM. I have not been able to stop thinking about that bag for years since I saw it on some people at a wine festival. And even though I know that that bag has some problems, and I know it's a bag that I wouldn't wear very often, and it's probably going to be a little too small for me, it's part of the reason I wouldn't wear it very often, I just cannot stop thinking about it, which means I need to add it at some point. But that's another one where it's hard to find in good condition and for the right price. But I think I'm going to have to bump my idea of what the right price is because condition is more important to me. So yes, I want to add a couple more classic staple pieces, but I really want to focus more on more unique bags going forward and small goods. And speaking of, one of those would be something in turquoise, because that's one of my colors that I love. And I talked in the Wishlist video about the My Heritage Neverfull with sort of a turquoise interior and the stripes. I won't go into the whole back and forth mentality that I have about that bag because I talked about it in that video, but that or the turquoise V or something else entirely, I don't know, we'll see, but something with turquoise. I had the Segure on my list, the Louis Vuitton Segure, which is a beautiful bag, kind of looks like the Antigona to me, the Givenchy Antigona. I do really love this bag. I think I would get a lot of use out of it, but honestly, between that video and this one, I had completely forgotten about it. I had the Speedy in the Steven Sprouse graffiti in the green, which matches this pouch that I have. I would still love that bag, but it's another thing that I don't think I'll ever get because it's going to be more than I'm willing to pay for the condition that I'd want. Same thing with the Turenne Nano. I have the Turenne MM. The Nano is adorable, but I'd hardly ever use it, and it's way overpriced on the rare occasions that it does come up on the market. The only Louis Vuitton bandeau that is still on my list, I did send that jeweled one back. It just wasn't quite right for me. There was just something about it, the lines, and it didn't live up to my expectations. But the only other bandeau that I do want is the Voyage Extraordinaire. And like I said in the previous video, I had the chance to buy that in the store and didn't, and I regret it. And now when I find it, I'm going to end up paying over retail. But next time I see it, unless it's outrageous, I'm buying it. It doesn't come up very often anymore. Used to. A Zippy coin, OMG. I just saw one on the RealReal that was ostrich. Lord knows what the retail price on that. It was Louis Vuitton ostrich Zippy coin. Was probably, it had to be over $1,000. It could have been over 2 or 3 because it's ostrich and it's just astronomical for exotic skins. They had it listed with a discount, the 20% discount that they often have on pieces. They had it for $300 something. What? I was an idiot and hesitated on it, and someone else bought it instead of me. I hope it was one of you at least, but I'm upset that I missed out on that. What a deal. And it was in excellent condition. Kicking myself over that mistake. Oh, a piece that I have added that was on my wish list. I'll show you 2 pieces I've added. The mini pochette in the trunks and locks, I believe. Trunks and bags. I think it's the trunks and locks. I can never quite remember. This limited edition mini pochette. Love it. Thank you to the subscriber who let me know that it was on Fashion File. I went and snatched it up. And another piece from the wish list that I was able to add to my collection, thanks to Yota Style, I will link her channel below, is this YSL card holder in the metallic silver, like a dark silver anthracite kind of color with the gold hardware. She had this in our personal collection and she knew that I loved it, so she was gracious enough to sell it to me, which I still very much appreciate because I am madly in love with this piece. And another piece I was able to add, I was talking about the YSL Lulu and how I didn't really want to get that bag because of the price tag. I didn't love it that much to pay close to $2,000 for it, pre-loved. So I was talking about the Kurt Geiger Kensington XXL bag, and I did a video on that. I will link it below. Returned that bag, wasn't the right one for me, and I was also talking about the Rebecca Minkoff Edie Maxi bag, which I did get, and I'm keeping that one. I love it, and I have a video on that too, so I will also link that below. Highly recommend if you're thinking about that bag, or if you want something similar to the Lulu that doesn't have that kind of price tag. This was like $400 compared to nearly $2,000. Hands down, the Edie is fabulous, and it has a big back pocket, which the Lulu does not have. So that's an update from the previous wish list. Now let me tell you a few new items that I have added, which have been on wish lists before, and I don't know why I didn't think to put them on the last one. The Louis Vuitton clay in the Groom pattern. I mentioned this in another video recently, I think the animation video. I love this. I need it in my life, but I need it in excellent condition, and the only one I see right now on the market that I've been able to find is on eBay, and it's like $550, which, considering everything I know about the piece and the rarity and the condition and all that, and it even has the full set with the box and dust bag and paperwork and everything. I mean, it's kind of a reasonable price for it, but I haven't been able to bring myself to pay that much for clay yet. We'll see. I may break down and do it at some point, but I'm still crossing my fingers that I can find one cheaper. Another one I mentioned in the animation video is a Louis Vuitton bag charm with the hot air balloon on it. I want this piece because it's like a little memory of the hot air balloon ride that I took my mom and sister on when we went to California wine country. We did that in Napa. It was wonderful. And we actually landed right next door to the dog shelter there, which was an extra cool bonus. I want the one with the red balloon on monogram. There's another one that has a pink balloon that I think is on Damier et Ben that I want the red balloon. I also, in addition to the Chanel reissue, I would like a black Chanel flap bag, not a classic flap, not even a reissue, just some kind of flap bag that I like. There are tons of them that I like that are much more reasonably priced than the reissue or the classic flap. There's some that are under $2,000, under $1,500 even. All kinds of them. Should probably do a video about that. I think you guys would be interested. Let me know. People think of Chanel when they're thinking about buying Chanel bags, and they think the classic flap and then maybe the reissue, maybe a couple others. But Chanel has made so many bags. They've made some really weird ones, some really ugly ones, but they also have some really beautiful flat bags. So I would like a black one with silver hardware, and I want it to have the little CC turn lock on it, but I don't know which bag yet. Something I'm a little surprised to add, but I have been craving this lately, is some kind of a watch. It doesn't have to be expensive like a Cartier watch, but I would like it to be a nice watch. I've been looking on Fashion File, and they have some Cartier watches that I could see myself paying the prices that they're asking on some of them. But also Gucci has some that are very reasonably priced. Tiffany has some very reasonably priced, and there's one particular Tiffany one that I have my eye on. I'm thinking about that. But what I would like is a long rectangular face, and I want it to have the numbers on it. I want it to have a silver band, like where it looks like a bracelet and not so much a watch. But I don't know. The Tiffany one I'm looking at doesn't have the silver. It has a leather band, but I love the face of it so much I'm considering getting it anyway. I don't know. We'll see. I want some kind of Gucci bag, and I don't know what I want, and I keep bugging Yota and Winnie about it. Part of me wants sort of a classic Gucci bag, something with the red and green stripes, or their monogram print, the Supreme print with the GGs, and then part of me wants something just really out there and wild and funky. And if I could find a combination of the two, that would be perfect. But again, it would have to be right price, right condition, right bag. So I don't know what I want. I've been looking at Gucci. I've wanted a Gucci bag for a long time. I just don't know which one I want. I've talked before about the Dionysus or Dionysus. I like saying Dionysus better. I'm not sure which one is correct. Hobo bag, the black one with the two dogs. I've had the chance to buy that a few times and I never do, and there's just something about it that tells me that's not the right bag for me. So I don't know. I could still end up with it someday, who knows. But I'm looking at Gucci. If you have any suggestions, let me know. I mentioned the Speedy in the graffiti. I would also like a Speedy 30 in monogram, just classic, basic bag. I love my Speedy 30 in Damier Ben, and I'd like to have the monogram one too. And then I would also like a clay in black, like the Empreinte black clay. That's another one that's around $500 for a clay, so that's why I don't have one. I just can't bring myself to spend that much on a little pouch that holds a couple of cards. Oh, speaking of, an item I've neglected to mention and didn't pull out I'll just put a picture here. I have one of these in black with gold hardware, and I want to get this Chanel little card coin holder in a light gray with gold hardware. I mentioned that on the previous wishlist video. Still looking for that. Last time I tried to go into Chanel to buy it because it'll be cheaper brand new than it will be pre-loved, so I would rather buy that in the store. They were, this is a good thing, only letting a few people in at a time, and there was a line and it just seemed like it was taking a long time, so I didn't bother waiting. So I think that's something I'm going to wait until things are closer to being back to normal in terms of COVID, and then try to find one. Of course, then they'll be $1,000 instead of $500-ish, because that's how Chanel works. Well, those are my updates. What cool funky bags, unique bags, do you think I need? Give me some suggestions, because I don't have anything really specific in mind. It's more like I'm just looking through Fashion File and The RealReal every day and browsing and seeing what pops up. So let me know. And what items are on your wish list, and have you been able to get any of them yet this year? Let me know that too in the comments section below. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Hope to see you back here next time. Hope you and your loved ones are doing well, and I hope you have a fantastic day. And may all your wishes come true. Bye.